Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing day. We have our friend here, Chris. Again, he was one of the giveaway winners from Kentucky of last month of December. And what day is it today, Chris?
Tuesday.
And is it a green day or red day?
It's a red day.
It's a red day. So I'm going to start sharing my screen just so you guys can see exactly what it is. I'm going to talk about my mistakes, what I could have done better. And then the most important part, I think, the things that I do. I was trading live with the Learn Plan Profit Group, and I made a majority of my mistakes while I was trading live with them. They got to see that, and again, it wasn't the most profitable, obviously, day. But I think it's still, you can still learn a lot when it comes down to these red days. So that's exactly what I'm going to be here for, as in sharing what I could have done better in effort for maybe you to be able to accommodate the loss, especially if you've been experiencing a couple red days, how I overcome it. And I hope that it can at least put into perspective of, that it's kind of part of the game. So first of all, one of my first positions that I took during pre-market hours was as DGAS was pushing up. Let me actually just show you this. So right now I'm down on the day $402 on ticker symbol DGAS, and on you guys I closed it out. I'm down $441, so it's about now $800 of loss. One of the things that I did during pre-market hours is when natural gas was aggressively selling off and DGAS was progressively pushing up, I found this little pocket on you guys, and this was my initial mistake. Again, I wasn't fully focused. I was trading off my phone, and natural gas broke the support at for natural gas it's 2.88, and then once it broke that support, that was around like $39 for you guys. It sold off, caught a support here. It started showing sign of an uptrend. When it broke above $38, I took a position. It started to push up. I jumped in the shower. It got rejected by the EMA line, and then it aggressively sold off. I was down nearly $700 at one point. Nearly like I want to say like about $1,000, and then it recovered to about a $600 loss. I cut losses. We went live with the Learn Plan Profit Group. I showed my loss. It was down like $600. Owned up to my mistake again. Entry point. I got in. What was my mistake here? Something was aggressively selling off, and DGAS was aggressively pushing up. I got in before the confirmation of the EMA line, and there we go. Natural gas just broke above the resistance and is approaching the middle view up. So it's still downtrending, like big picture. It's something that we talked about today. Yeah. But again, I really don't want to swing trade anything as of right now. So that's why I'm just accepting my losses. When it comes down to my first initial mistake, was I got in before the confirmation of the EMA line, and I wasn't actively watching the stock. I know a lot of us have possibly done this, where we get in before the confirmation and then it begins to push up, especially on a downtrending stock. You know that the EMA line can 100% act as resistance. Should have locked in profits, should have been actively trading, did not, sold off, took the loss, accepted it, moved on. Now, when it comes down to my overall position on ticker symbol DGAS, one of the things that I did was, and again, it's just a very simple like dumb mistake in a sense, and it was I think I took it like right before. I can actually click like show trades here, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, because I don't know exactly when I took the position here. So bought, and then ended up selling there, and I was down like $193 or something like that, and then I bought, and now I'm selling. So yeah, I mean, my mistake on this one was I also got in before the confirmation. So very simple. Like, I literally made the mistake during pre-market hours. It obviously didn't stick. I wanted to aggressively trade, especially because of my $5,400 day yesterday, and it bit me in the butt. And the easiest way to put it is like, we implement these series of best practices in effort to not experience these like same mistakes. But sometimes you just get caught into the hype, right? You think that you're like, I don't know. I had a really good day yesterday, and I just got way too comfortable. And with my entry points, and it just did not follow my like rules. And it's something that like all of us should know. Like, wait for the confirmation. I add more to my position size. I just show sign of an uptrend. I've just been trading way too aggressively. One thing that I've been doing really nicely today, at least, is that I've been managing my risk at least 2% every single time that I trade. So now talking into like, again, I wanted to talk about my losses and stuff like that. But one of the things that I wanted to like really get into is as I was trading live, someone brought up of like, how am I keeping my composure when I'm down like $600, $700? And trust me, being down any dollar amount is devastating to me. Like it like mentally, like just seeing that figure of like, wow, I just lost $500, and someone set into perspective like, oh my God, that's like a game console, or there's so many things that you could purchase for 500, or even right now with how much I'm down, $800. So many things that you could purchase, right? You could just give $800 away and you'd feel so much better. One of the things that that we need to understand is that losing is part of the game, right? But it's how you accommodate that loss that makes sense. So I started trading this morning, said that today I'm going to trade a little bit more aggressively. I don't normally always manage my risk at 2%. Sometimes it's a little bit tighter, but I wanted to be a little bit riskier. So I said 2% loss is my biggest loss. I was borderline about to cut losses when I was down about like $600 on DGAS as well. So that would have put me at a $1,200 loss. I was waiting for the break above the middle VWAP for natural gas. And you guys, if you're part of Learn Plan Profit, you could rewatch the live stream. It was all caught live, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Since I was in ticker symbol DGAS, and natural gas was pushing up. So what I mean by that is natural gas was literally riding the middle VWAP, and if it breaks above the middle VWAP, I was going to cut losses, as that would have put me over the 2% loss. It was borderline. I was like, I literally had my order ready to sell for like 10 minutes, and I didn't even look at how much I'm down. All I just continue to remember is like, I'm managing my risk at 2%, and that's all that matters. I didn't even want to look at the figure, because psychologically, when I look at that figure, it hurts, right? And then emotions come into play, and then you start to think, well, it's bound to recover, right? And you become to get then hopeful, and you'll persuade yourself. So one of the things that I did is, even before I took the position, I understood my position size, I understood where I had to cut losses. So I was using this trendline tool on the TD Ameritrade platform to calculate exactly what 2% loss would look like when I was in my position on ticker symbol DGAS. So I was borderline about to cut losses if that would have completed. And again, I would have cut losses, not looked at the figure, and then after I could see how much I'm down. Beforehand, everything was premeditated in a sense that I had it planned out of how much I was willing to risk for that trade. So by accepting that, I don't need to look at the figure, because I know my position size, I know the dollar amount, and I know how that correlates on over to how much it would be down. And I would have been down, because my position size was about $30,000, I would have been down $600 on that position as well. And that's why down 600, down 600 on the other one, it would have been nearly down $1,200. And yes, that's a tough pill to swallow, but it was about like 20-30 minutes into the market open, and I knew I could potentially recover. So one of the biggest focuses that I had today when it came down to managing risk is, especially for those that are just getting started, I first always try to encourage newer traders to not focus on the dollar amount, right? Like, it's so difficult to accept a loss, especially if you haven't been in the market for a long period of time. A lot of people within the chat were bringing up the idea of like, oh, Ricky, you were up $5,500 or $5,400 yesterday, so losing $1,200 isn't that much. It's like, regardless, it's still a huge just pills to swallow. And one of the biggest things that I accept is that like, I understand that losing is part of the game. That's one of the things, right? On top of that, I didn't even look at the dollar value as I was trading. I was solely focusing on the patterns and why I originally saw value. And if there was a break of pattern, as in my eyes, a break above the middle VWAP, then I would have had to cut losses, and that would have made sense. There was a reason behind everything it is that I did. And again, it made sense to me. If it doesn't make sense to you, then 100%, that's something that you would have to figure out. I just simply wanted to share a little bit more in depth, not just why I took the loss in the sense what I could have done better, but also the emotional aspect and what I was thinking while I knew I was in the red. Trust me, it sucks. And that's why when you're first getting started, you should be empowered to learn and not so focused on trading with an aggressive dollar amount, because you are going to make a lot of mistakes as you're just getting started. So that's all I wanted to share today. I'll keep you guys up to date with my overall position size. If I end up closing the day in the red, I'll be sure to post it. It's not like a video, but on YouTube you can post these little things where they're, I don't know what you call them. It's just a post, but then I can write text, and then I can share an image, and I'll keep you guys up to date. So again, if you guys are tuning in late, this is Chris, and he's visiting us from Kentucky. Here's our giveaway winner, and he flies back in just a couple of hours, so we'll probably grab some breakfast and then hang out for a little bit. But just wanted to thank you guys again for your time. Wanted to share my experience and hope that those that maybe are experiencing a red day can at least benefit from this video and know that like you're not alone and that it is part of the game. And maybe we just have to accommodate, maybe your position size or how much you're trading with, because if it is really like killing you inside with like how much money you're down and stuff like that, then that's really hard to overcome. Regardless of how much value you see in a market, the monetary aspect is a very big obstacle. So maybe approaching the market in a less aggressive way when it comes down to your overall position size. But thank you guys again for your time. Hope you guys absolutely kill it today. Hope you guys are all in the green and I'm the only person in the red. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. It looks like natural gas just got rejected again off that middle VWAP. We'll see if the sell-off continues. Who knows? But again, one thing that I do know is that we're going to manage our risk and not look at the dollar amount when we're trading. Just focus on the patterns. That's been a huge help for me, and I really hope that it can help you guys out as well. I hope that earned your thumbs up in this video. If you guys want to stay connected, again, we do have a 100% free group, TechBot Solutions. First link in the description. Over 185,000 members within the TechBot Solutions Facebook group, and we have a free group chat as well. If you'd like to be able to watch me trade live, as you heard me talk about them, it's a Learn Plan Profit group, second link in the description, and take 5 minutes to learn a little bit more about what's included and to see if I can act as a positive catalyst for your success. Thank you guys again for your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.